Hello, everybody. Welcome to round three of the losers tournament. Today we have Sign LP versus swiftzeii. Um, and I'm joined here with my co-commentator.
What is up? I'm Bajonas. I know our names aren't on the screen. I was just in that hot SM64 race, but we're gonna see hopefully an equally hot match of Super Mario Odyssey here. Sign versus swiftzeii. Both these players have done pretty well in the tournament. Actually, they've only really lost to, Sign lost to Rhea and Swift lost to Curb, so not really races you'd expect them to win anyway. But here they are in a pretty fierce matchup, if you ask me. swiftzeii has a 103, Sign has a 105, I believe, or 104. I already
Yeah.
forgot. I think
Yeah,
actually I think
definitely.
it's 104.
Yeah, definitely going to be an interesting race. Um, swiftzeii being on version 1.0, he will, and Sign being on version 1.2, there will actually be only 1.2 tricks in this match. So I think that'll be interesting. I think it'll be interesting to see uh, how swiftzeii does doing only 1.2 tricks.
Yeah, is he signed practicing Snow Jam, or it seems to be that way? Maybe something he doesn't do in runs, or if he does, it's definitely one of the harder things and things that are most scary to Odyssey runners at any level.
Yeah,
So he probably is thinking like he needs to pull out all the top speed swiftzeii, but it's going to be pretty fierce either way. swiftzeii makes a bunch of mistakes. You could see Sign take a pretty big lead as well, but if like they kind of play to a similar level of their PB, Sign is gonna have to put together a pretty strong showing, or like a
yeah,
little bit better relative to swiftzeii.
yeah, definitely.
I thought that was funny. swiftzeii PB is tied with Shaden's, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, pretty interesting there.
In a minute, we're gonna get started here. Before we do, I want to thank our sponsors, Vi.gg. We didn't actually didn't do the post match. Thank you for the last race, but very much appreciate actually making these tournaments possible, like monetarily able to get these prizes was out to the runners, giving them a really good incentive to play hard, be active in the community, and put their best foot forward in these races, but also just to give us the funding we need to, to say
Oh,
balling out is a moon skip.
swiftzeii taking a bit of a bonk there.
Wait,
Hopefully that doesn't happen in his run. And Sign taking a bonk on Snowdram.
so
So it's,
maybe
I guess
not
it's a,
the hottest practice, but the race
yeah,
is completely different.
I
But yeah,
suppose it's
if you
a,
want to participate in Vi.gg, just type !bet or go to their website or click the panel in the comments. You can go with other people. It's PvP, so it's not like you just get odds and put money down. It's more like social. You could find a friend to do it with, maybe. And you must be over 18 in a country where it's legal. So the US and currently the UK are, among other countries, are not available for online betting at this time, but it could change. Probably
I
waiting for
suppose,
the countdown before we go live. swiftzeii needs just another second to, I don't know, check some things. Sorry for the late start. I think we were working with Sign's stream quality and such, but seems to be all under control now, and we'll get started in just a moment. So, do you know much about either of these two runners, like outside of kind of just their times?
um, I do know that, first, I haven't really watched much of either of these runners, but they are both very talented from what I think they're both I think this will be a pretty close both are pretty consistent runners. Very skilled. And since swiftzeii is doing 1.2 tricks this time around, uh I think it's hard to say what will happen.
Do you know how much time, like, if you add up all the 1.2 time saves to 1.0, or like 1.0 time saves to 1.2, rather, I had it the other way around. Do you know, like, how much that is total? Is it,
I
like,
believe
about a minute or less?
Yeah, I believe it's about 45 seconds or so.
Okay.
However, realistically, it's probably more because there are some 1.2 things that like such as the cheese blocks and luncheon that are kind of RNG affected, so it can kind of range, but it's generally about 45 seconds.
All right, so if you think of it like swiftzeii with a high one of 3, sign with a actually it is actually
105.
a 105. So
Yeah.
it's really only like their PBs are like less than a minute apart if they were both on 1.2 here. So it's definitely not like the gap it would seem. Like I'm not even trying to play up for the race. This is actually just gonna be a close one if they both
Yeah,
play well. They're here to play
absolutely.
today.
So, getting started here. Entering Cap Kingdom.
It's also worth
If you're
mentioning.
Oh, sorry.
I'd say the winner of this match is gonna play Orolme, who sent Equan down to the losers bracket here. There's a lot of fierce competition in this lower bracket, but I think both these people could be capable of beating Orolme, getting a pretty deep lower bracket run.
For sure,
You
for
never
sure.
know.
So, both runners pretty much tied here in Cascade, which is probably what you'd expect. Not much going on here in Cascade.
Cap.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Cap. My bad.
no, I know.
Yeah, not much going on here. If you speedrun this game yourself, probably have built up kind of a hatred for this kingdom. You see it all the time if you speedrun this game, so
Yeah,
it can be very frustrating to play
I'd
Cap over
say
and over again.
when I watch an Odyssey stream, it's probably about 50% of the time it's in like Cap Kingdom, almost like when I click on it. Maybe not quite that much, but it feels like it.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
usually when that happens, I've a lot of times I have like 4 or 5 streams open, so I'm like, all right, I'll click to another tab, come back in like 5 minutes, see if they're in sand or something.
Alright, so both runners, both of them nailing left side very
Yeah.
beautifully. Now fighting Topper.
Yeah, probably the biggest scare in Cap Kingdom, especially if you're not like a 1-0 level runner.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, so swiftzeii having a little bit of trouble on Topper, but he managed to pull it out. And it looks like swiftzeii will be a little bit ahead of Stein leaving Cap Kingdom.
Yeah, not much to report here. It's probably not going to see much of a change in Cascade either, since there's no FMS. They're going to have to sit through the kind of boring cutscenes, and it's really insane when we'll really see kind of the quality come through and maybe a lead start to develop. But at least for now, it's nice to know that they'll probably be pretty close. A couple seconds is just really nothing.
Yeah, for sure. So, like we mentioned, no FMS, so both runners are going to be grabbing this first moon here.
I'm not really used to seeing like the actual the first moon grab much, but like when they grab the chain chomp, it's like more optimal like to release them as soon as possible, right? But they always like barely hit the block that you're supposed to break. Like, it always looks like they're gonna miss wide to the left, but
Yeah, so that they can get a nice clean. They can get a roll to the moon without the chain chomp getting in the way. Alright, so these cutscenes that they're watching now, pretty much the biggest factor as to why First Moon Skip saves so much time.
I just noticed. Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off. You go
no,
ahead.
it's fine.
So the Odyssey is obviously like kind of a broken down ship, right? But like the globe has like no dust on it or anything. It just looks normal. Like, it's nice and blue and green and all that. Everything else is like brown and rusty.
Yeah. Kind of strange.
Also, wonder how she got up there. Probably not the best at climbing stairs with that kind of a frame, not gonna lie.
True. Maybe she got dropped off up there.
Yeah.
From Bowser.
I mean, take a pretty big ship to carry her up there as well.
swiftzeii actually kind of messing up this.
Oh yeah, he's gonna have to actually run around the arena here. Gets that third hit. Probably lost his short amount of, or like the very short lead he'd acquired in Cap Kingdom.
Yeah, it does look like Sign has a slight lead now. So that just goes to show how quickly these leads can change, especially in the earlier parts of the run like this.
Yeah, the Odyssey just all up in the air. We'll probably see. Well, I mean, there's actually really nothing left in Cascade except for this like one moon. Just some
Yeah,
normal movement.
they will be grabbing a quick moon on the cliff top. But yeah, this is pretty
Also, since
much.
I always see it in Japanese, I forget what most of these moons are, even though I probably got them casually. I don't remember their names. So you just
Yeah,
have to bear
yeah.
with me a lot of times.
I don't think any of us know the names of these moons. If we
Oh,
speedrun the
what was
game.
that bonk? It looks like he bonked on a pebble or something. Like,
Yeah, yeah. He bonked on a little pebble on the ground, and Swift has taken back
kind of
the
stubbed
lead.
his toe. Mario gonna
This
do
can't be more than a
Peter
second.
Griffin.
Oh, and Swift's taking damage on the chain
Wow.
jump. The lead has shifted again. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't expecting this much of
We've seen like
lead
4 lead
changes in
changes
single.
by Cascade King.
Yeah, yeah. I was not expecting that.
Now we're gonna watch Odyssey fill up for the first time. Probably not like the best start for both of them, but it's like not that bad either. Like they can probably just brush it off. It is a race
Yeah,
after all.
for
It's
sure.
not like there's anything drastic.
So both runners will be now entering Sand Kingdom. This can't be more than a second difference, maybe 2 seconds. Very close indeed. So now, we'll be coming up to. I don't know if I'd call it a trick, but when the action guide pops up in the text that Cappy's talking to you,
Yeah.
you can skip, depending on when you press B to skip it, you can skip it faster. So as you saw there, swiftzeii actually got the quick action guide and
Signed
did
it.
So so now swiftzeii has
Yeah.
gotten back that lead.
Oh, swiftzeii with a bonk though, another lead
Taking
change.
a
I'm actually
bonk.
glad you pointed that out because like I thought that's what happened, but also like yeah, I'm glad that you actually know for sure that he got fast action guide skip and sign didn't.
Yeah. All right. So swiftzeii actually, as you see there, got the bird before entering the pipe.
What was that? Not a ground pound, but instead a long jump. Just a miscommunication from his brain to his fingers. A bit of a mistime with those inputs. Gonna probably make Mario a little bit upset.
Yeah.
Head bashed into a wall. swiftzeii not going for the early bird cycle.
So
I mean, I know it's all dependent on like when you do the Sphinx slip, it depends because you like reload the area and that would lets you get the bird cycle. How does it work without Sphinx slip?
So basically, without Sphinx, since swiftzeii got the bird before the pipe, that signals that he won't be going into the Sphinx at all. And when you go into the Sphinx, after you leave, that entering and exiting that loading zone resets the bird cycle, which makes it so that you're able to get the bird. But since he's not going into the Sphinx at all, he wouldn't be able to make that bird cycle, which is why he grabbed the bird before entering the pipe.
Oh, sign missing the bullet bill there. I was about to say they both got a clean dram, which is like, I wanted to shine some light on that, but at the same time, sign losing a lot of time having to get this bullet bill. Also, they both got the little like the moon in the wooden box. I don't know, is that like kind of the default for the no Sphinx clip route, or is that kind of a
if you're not going to the Sphinx, you have to get that crate moon because there's just not enough moons otherwise because you're skipping the Sphinx moon.
Yeah. Bit of a attack helicopter as Limcube said before.
Yeah.
Taking flight a bit.
Yeah. So it may look like Sign is in the lead, but that's actually not the case. swiftzeii is actually in the lead because he, as you see, is skipping at the Sphinx. Ooh, Sign taking a bit of a bonk there.
So I'm guessing he's talking to the Sphinx so he can actually get those coins in the room. But
yeah,
how much time does that lose? Also, he didn't seem to get that many of the coins in the pile either.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, dude, he only got like 20 coins from that. He went from like 30-something to 50-something. Probably not what he wanted.
I'm pretty sure the Sphinx, the no Sphinx route saves about 5 over the going into the Sphinx. So since Sign opted to not do the Sphinx at all, or or sorry, since swiftzeii opted to not do the Sphinx at all, he will actually need to be a bit careful on his coin count. So, yeah, he'll have to kind of go out of his way to grab some coins.
Yeah.
Since he
Sign getting his Jaxie skip. Actually throwing the Cappy at Jaxie instead of the chest he wanted to grab, but it's all good.
yeah.
Also, pretty safe
sometimes
cat bounce to go pretty far over the death pool.
So since swiftzeii skipped the Sphinx Moon, he's going to have to go and get this Notes Moon on the top of this tree here.
Yep.
Pretty quick moon.
I'm
And
not
it's
gonna be able to get it with the single spin throw.
Yeah.
A little bit of time. It's very difficult.
And it's looking like swiftzeii will leave Sand with a bit of a lead here. But it's still very close.
Yeah.
Because I will not have to get the notes.
I actually seem like both of them like do spin throws a little bit early, like they want to capture something but they actually do it a bit too soon, and then they have to let the spin go through like 3 more times before they actually get what they wanted to capture.
Yeah.
Small time losses.
Alright, so swiftzeii with about a 10 to 15 second lead exiting Sand Kingdom. And then we will be heading to Lake Kingdom, which is a pretty straightforward kingdom. There's not a whole lot that can go wrong.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you go for the lake clip route, but I highly doubt that.
Highly doubtful.
We'll be doing it. So yeah, Lake we probably won't see much in terms of time losses, but Wooded Kingdom is definitely where a lot of these leads can change.
Yeah,
Wooded
I think
Kingdom is
like
very different.
Wooded Kingdom's like defines like the early mid game to the mid game part of Odyssey, just with the nut clip and the out of bounds movements.
Absolutely. Wooded is definitely very movement based. If you can get everything and you can perform it well, it looks amazing. But unfortunately, there is a lot that can go wrong as well. So we'll see. For now, swiftzeii having a bit of a comfortable lead here.
Yep.
However, he did take a bonk.
Pretty smooth.
Time.
Link.
Yeah. Like I said, probably not a whole lot that will be happening in terms of time losses. But Wooded Kingdom can definitely be where everything changes.
I would do like the Nature Channel narrator thing, but I get that's like Electric's thing. I don't want to steal whatever. Like if that's his copyrighted water level commentary, I don't know. It's like pretty like we're almost done with Lake anyway. Just the Rango fight left. Pretty easy. This dude's kind of a clown.
Alright, so just finishing up Rango here.
Clean hits from swiftzeii as well.
Yeah, I say Rango is one of the few things in Lake that can actually go wrong and lose you a lot of time. However, it's looking like both of these runners are getting it no issue, and Sign actually doing a bit of a cool strat there, as he did a spin throw after that last hit on Rango, and what that allowed him to do was grab a bunch of coins. Since his coin might be a little bit on the smaller side, he's wanting to get all the coins he can get, which he did there.
So on to Wooded now. Place where we can probably kick up the energy a couple of notches here. A lot of hype tricks to either succeed at or fail at. It's not 1.0 exclusive at all. Nut clip is available for both, and we will be seeing both of them go for it, I'm sure. It just saves too much time to ignore.
Yes, for sure. But the unfortunate thing about Nut Clip is that you only have one chance at it, and if you fail it, then you fail it. There's no chance, you can't back it up. There is a rock clip that you can do, but that as well can lose you a lot of time. Just going for the rock clip as opposed to Nut Clip already loses a decent amount of time and that's assuming that you get it on the first try.
Yeah, it
And
seems
rock
like in a
clip.
lot of ways, like the rock clip setup isn't like as obvious, and it almost seems harder. Although I've never tried
Yeah.
it. Like, do you have any? Can you like comment on that? Would you say it's easier or harder than the normal nut clip?
Rock clip, I'd say nut clip is harder to get the hang of. However, once you know the rhythm of nut clip, I'd say it's a lot easier than rock clip. Rock clip can be inconsistent, and yeah, it can just be really inconsistent. So I'd say once you know the rhythm and got nut clip down, I'd say it's a lot easier than rock clip. Rock clip.
Swiftzeii coming up for his nut clip, a pivotal moment here. He's on a pretty good run. So, unfortunate little bonk there. Taking a bit of a swim in the stream.
Won't lose him too much time, however.
All right,
Now heading up
let's
to.
see. Okay,
Oh,
not really getting that movement up underneath.
Not sure, but it looks
All right,
like the game
there
might
he
have
goes.
dropped.
Got the
That
cap
looked
throw.
good.
Did he get in? And he is in. So Swiftzeii, successful nut clip. The out of bounds
This was
movement.
fine as well.
Can't
Oh,
relax until you got out of the out of bounds section at all. There he goes. He's got the moon. Now
However, it's not over yet.
make it out. And
Both
there
runners
goes
grab the
Swiftzeii.
moon.
And yeah, sign as well. Really good to see. A lot of races, someone fails this, and then it's like, all right, they're fighting an uphill battle from then on out. But both of them coming here to play. Sign failing the, I guess just cappy jump. Like I don't know, whatever it was.
Oh, it's looking like he wall slid on the wall, which would have taken away his cap bounce.
Oh,
pretty unfortunate. However, fortunately, fortunately, that ramp climb is one of the few things in the nut clip movement that you can mess up and not be absolutely catastrophic. Ooh, looks like Sign actually got an instant nut break there. It's a pretty hard thing to do.
Swiftzeii also was very nearly falling into deep woods. I don't know if you saw his roll actually hit the top of the fence. Like usually people make it over with the roll, but you'll see Sign as he comes to get out of the maze, I guess. He goes maybe a roll cancel, just a long jump here. But with the dive he makes it over the fence. Swiftzeii actually rolled out onto it, so a bit scary.
Yeah. Yeah, that can be a bit scary, because if he bonked on that, he would have fallen. Though he possibly could have saved it and not fallen into the deep woods and died instead. However, that still would have been very catastrophic, so...
Flower Road's attempt from Swiftzeii. It's a nice angle as well, and he's got it. No hesitation either, it looks like he's very confident. Didn't doubt himself for a moment there.
Yeah, very clean.
Let's see if Sign go for it as well. He'd be forgiven if he wanted to just take the Flower Road, but...
Yeah, for sure. So it is looking like he's going to go for it. Oh, it looks like
pretty slow setup.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for a slightly safer route for the Flower Road skip. However, it will still save him time overtaking the Flower Road, most likely.
So meanwhile, pretty clean so far with the onion in the tower. Doing that moon. I'm pretty sure the intent movement is you take the onion to the top and then you extend, but turns out you can actually get him from that little side chamber and just barely make it up high enough.
Now what you see Swiftzeii doing here is skipping the Spewert fight in favor of these 3 other moons. One of the perks of doing the nut clip route is that the Pipeway moons are available to you, which means that instead of fighting Spewert, you can actually grab these instead. Saves about 5 seconds optimally over fighting Spewert. And his movement looks pretty clean so far.
Sign is dived off! No. He's fallen down!
Sign taking a very unfortunate death.
I don't even know what happened. It was he was trying to get off of the top of this tower, but that was the movement he failed. He bonked there.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, very unfortunate. Looks like Swiftzeii will be
We're talking about Swiftzeii saving time, not having to fight Spewert. In the meantime, he actually got a really good pipeway, actually. He made the cycle as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
And we're talking about him saving time over the Spewert fight. Sign losing a ton of time just going for the movement to get to the Spewert fight. Not something you see every day. Really unfortunate. at least it's put him back at the checkpoint that he needed to be at. It could have been a lot worse. Didn't actually fall into the deep woods. But swiftzeii, pretty solid lead. Probably Metro's the next. Well, actually, we have Lost. Could die. Lost is pretty scary.
Yeah. So we'll see swiftzeii entering Cloud Kingdom with a pretty comfortable lead.
Yeah, he's pretty much just like the kingdom transition ahead. So I don't know how long that is. Maybe like 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's looking like this is probably looking like 40-second difference between the two runners. If I had to guess.
Okay.
So yeah, swiftzeii now entering Cloud Kingdom. This kingdom, there is some things that can go wrong. However, it's a pretty consistent kingdom if you got the hang of it. So what you see swiftzeii doing there is he grabbed Bowser's hat and dove behind Bowser. The reason he did that is because Bowser will always jump to the platform directly across from Mario. So by diving behind him and kind of manipulating where you hit him, you can manipulate how many platforms he jumps and actually save some time. Yep. So he did it once again there.
Yeah, definitely understanding the Bowser manip, it's...
Oh no.
Okay, that's bad. He missed the cap grab, losing a whole cycle to the Cloud stage. That's going to give Sign a bit of an opening here. Maybe not going to destroy the lead, but that's a good, 10, 15 seconds maybe? I don't know, what is it?
Yeah, that's probably a good 10 seconds that swiftzeii just lost there by missing that cycle. So that will give Sign a little bit of opportunity to catch up. And that can also happen in Lost. The lead can easily change in Lost. There's a lot of things that can go wrong here. As you see, the whole level is essentially surrounded in insta-death poison. So if you take a tumble anywhere in this kingdom, there's a good chance that you can die, as well as there is the possibility that you can fall and activate Klepto and lose a lot of time as well. So we now see swiftzeii making his way through Lost here, taking a very interesting route. If you're wondering why he's not just going straight through the kingdom, it's because there's a bird in this kingdom called Klepto that will activate and take your hat. So what he's doing now is kind of avoiding the triggers for that by taking this very specific route. And we'll see Sign doing the same thing here.
Yep. Big old jump off of the tree. Oh, but he takes a bonk.
Oh, no.
He's falling in the groove. Oh, no.
Taking a bonk, falling into the poison.
From bad to worse. I said swiftzeii could have died, but it is Sign who actually will take the death right at the beginning. He's got to take another try at it. Two of the maybe lesser punishing deaths. Oh, no, that's even worse, though. Not making it over the ledge, and he's going to fall and take his third death of the race. swiftzeii, meanwhile, trucking along. He's rolling. He is not making mistakes. He's actually off to a pretty good mid game so far, I would say. And let's see what he goes. Oh, he's going for this. Oh, actually, wait.
Oh. He's just happening to break the cage. Looked like he might have been going for the cage triple jump strat there. However, he's just going to break the cage.
Yeah.
Dive down here.
Okay, so they wrapping up Lost. A couple weird bonks, but nowhere close to a death.
Bonk there. Very unfortunate Lost Kingdom for Sign, taking 2 deaths so far. Let's hope that that is the only 2 deaths in this kingdom for Sign.
Yeah, let's see what kind of strats he goes for toward the later half of Lost. Some of these moons are pretty default. People all go for the same strats here. Okay, I'm having a bit of trouble getting into the side chamber. It is hidden from view, but usually people would expect to get that now. Gonna have that box with the moon broken, and we'll immediately get down to grab the second one. So a good sequence there from Sign. And what will he do for the second to last moon? Will he go for that cage triple jump? Does he need it? I think he'll.
Nope, it looks like he is.
Same strat that swiftzeii did.
Yes. Alright, so Sign will be finishing up Lost here, and swiftzeii will be entering Night Metro.
Sign almost died as well, but barely made it with that up throw. See swiftzeii coming up for his first move of Night Metro. Pretty sick long jump. I would say he's probably pretty comfortable with City Hall. You could see a death, but you know, it'd be very unexpected. It's one of those things where you'd hope he's got it down, but it is an opportunity for him to lose a lot of time and let Sign back into this race when, you know, he's got a pretty comfortable lead right now. So let's see what he's got. Going to make this pretty normal cycle, being on the elevator as it's in the down position. Going for that spin pound.
Yeah, this is looking like a pretty clean City Hall from swiftzeii. And after this, he will be entering the Mecha Wiggler fight, which is one of the few instances of RNG in this run. This game has very little RNG. You can probably count the instances of RNG on one hand in this run. However, the Mecha Wiggler is one that is a very big one. This boss fight is basically dependent. The time save you get here is dependent on if the RNG is good or bad.
Oh, swiftzeii missing the... Okay, he got it in the end, but having a bit of trouble getting that last hit on the Mecha Wiggler. Yeah, this is definitely one situation where you don't want to get that 3 cycle, lose a whole lot of time. Sign here into his City Hall. You know, this is one of the, like you're saying, there's some RNG involved. This really tests, like, the runner's just technical ability to adapt to a situation.
Oh no, Sign having a bit of trouble.
Yeah,
Sign having a bit of trouble with this move in City Hall.
This is the backup, but wow,
Yeah.
okay.
Alright, so
Goombas, understandable.
let's hope swiftzeii doesn't 3-cycle Wiggler. This Wiggler fight goes in cycles of running at you and shooting fireballs at you and climbing up the wall. And the goal is to beat it in 2 of those cycles, which swiftzeii just did there, as opposed to 3. So swiftzeii beautifully pulled off a 2-cycle Wiggler, which is what we like to see. Let's hope that Sign can follow suit.
Yeah, he's probably feeling really shaky mentally now. You see some of these kind of uncharacteristic mistakes that are probably not just due to him not being capable of doing it or not having the skill by any stretch. It's like maybe lapse of concentration. He's really got to buckle down for this Mecha Wiggler because a 3-cycle could spell the end of the road. It could be the coffin.
Looks like Sign had a cleaner first phase than swiftzeii. So even if it's just a little, that is some time that he's making up over swiftzeii. So
yeah, maybe just need something to go right to get his legs back under him here for the day metro, which is, you know, I'd say like wooden metro luncheon, some like the longer movement intensive kingdoms where there's quite a few room or places where you can make time losses. So it's a missing scooter clip. That's one of them. Actually gets it on the backup. We've seen people kind of go take laps around this tiny little cage. Sign getting that 2-cycle Wiggler as well. You know, not losing time over swiftzeii, at least in the Mecha Wiggler fight. Could save some time with that scoot clip as well. swiftzeii also not too smooth here in Day Metro at all. Losing a bit of time to the Garbage Moon. But overall, not too bad.
Yes. And something that just came to my mind. With the deaths that Sign has taken in this run so far, he is actually very low on coins so he is going to have to be careful. Luckily, he does have, I believe Sign is running on version 1.2. In fact, I'm certain that he is, so he does have the Metro Hint Heart that he can get. Let's just hope that he's actually aware that his coin count is low and doesn't forget about it, because that can be pretty bad.
Yeah, that's a good point. 30 coins, you know, he could have had 66 at this point, but 36 means he'll actually have to get a good bit more. You might see him go for Seaside before Snow. I think that's like the right option. He probably won't have enough to get the 100 coins though, unless he gets that hint art like you were talking about. Oh, not going for Scoot Clip. Gonna possess the RC car. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not as good of a driver as he would want to be.
You can't really blame him. That RC car
by
can
Sean,
be very...
I'm walking here. Maybe facing a lawsuit if he ran
Yeah,
over
yeah.
some ice. I don't know.
You can't blame him for the control of the RC car. That RC car can actually be very difficult to control. The fact that he got it in there as quickly as he can is a feat within itself.
I bet actually. I actually do not know how hard that is.
Yeah, it can be. It's pretty finicky and weird to control. All right. So, swiftzeii now going to get this dumpster moon. So while they're kind of making their way through Day Metro here, I would just like to quickly mention our sponsors, vi.gg. You can type !bet in the chat to learn more. You can bet on some of these matches, possibly win some money. Of course, making sure that you're the legal age and residence to do so. So,
Swiftzeii had. Actually, I guess it was fine. I thought he was having trouble getting up to the
yeah.
top. Spin pound off of the top. You know,
Yeah, that.
when he was talking to me, like saying like people have found some setups for it, but it's a very tight window, or like you don't have much room to move around.
Yeah, that can be very tricky. So it's a good thing that he got that. It's actually a pretty cool looking optimization, even if it doesn't save that much time.
Really nice dive right into the doorway. I don't really know like why the doorway kind of leads in this kind of clouded walkway, but that's what it does. A bit of a timer here for this side room, and he'll grab that moon. No problem. It's kind of rolling through the right side. After this kind of fun monkey bar movement, there he goes, cab jump, and he's done with Day Metro.
Yeah, swiftzeii finishing up Metro here. And Sign almost done. Oh no. This could be close. Oh, Sign just barely making that jump. That could have spelled catastrophe. But luckily, he knew exactly what to do in that situation. He knew exactly how to maximize his distance, and he just barely made it.
Yeah, as soon as you pointed out to me, I was like, oh no, I was praying for disaster. I'm like, all right, how are we going to explain this one away? But Sign, keeping his hopes alive in this race, definitely not out of it yet.
Yeah, that's definitely something weird that can happen there. Your triple jump just doesn't come out, which is what happened to Sign there. His triple jump didn't come out, and he got a single jump instead, which could have been very bad, but luckily he knew how to deal with it.
Getting that bullseye right on the mark.
Yeah, very clean.
I'm very bad at like reading like the success rate of a certain strat, like as someone's doing it. Like in Mario 64, I'll be like, oh yeah, he's got Cannonless, and then he misses it. Or in this case, I was to be like, I don't think he's got the moon, but he actually did get the bullseye. So.
Yeah. Ooh, Sign actually.
I'm just keeping my mouth shut from now on, I guess, until it's actually done.
Yeah. swiftzeii taking a bit of a bonk there, but it's okay.
Yeah, worth mentioning, he has gone seaside instead of the Snow Kingdom, you know, maybe thinking about his own coin count, or maybe doing it for some... Oh yeah, he definitely needs the coins. Look at that, 41. You know, we were talking about Sign, but swiftzeii, probably a good choice.
For sure, swiftzeii actually being on version 1.0, so he cannot actually... he couldn't have gotten that Metro Hint Art, like we were mentioning.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's only on version 1.2, and I'm actually not sure if Sign got the Metro Hint Art either. I missed that. I don't believe he did. So, he'll probably be heading to Seaside first as well.
Getting that Rocket Flower storage, though, pulling out some advanced strats. Did you see if Sign selected Seaside, or is he going to Snow?
We'll see here in a second. He is in Snow. So, I don't know if he has his coin count in mind.
Probably just do Rango Room then.
Maybe. Let's hope that he hasn't forgotten to look at his coin count.
Yeah, I can't imagine that he would like think that he had enough coins anyway. Like, if he actually goes in the shop and realizes like he doesn't have enough coins, I'd be pretty surprised.
Yeah. It's definitely happened before to me and other people, so yeah, it can be easy to just forget. So let's hope that he hasn't forgotten that he has a plan in mind here.
Our swiftzeii here, taking a stroll through the tropical beaches of Seaside, while Sign kind of freezing up in Snow Kingdom. You know, a bit of a polar opposite, but going to be switching places soon enough. Now we see cheap action. You know, that's kind of the second half of Seaside. Grabbing those coins.
Oh, interesting.
So making sure that he will have enough for the shot moon, even though he didn't really need those, but he wanted to make sure.
Yeah, pretty clever actually to grab those coins there, just to be safe. Thinking on the fly here. Yeah. So let's hope that Sign will have enough coins. Let's hope he has a plan in mind here.
If I had to guess, kind of cut his losses here. Missing the cycle, though, that's not what you want to see from Sign here. You have to get on over this blowy Joey to get that moon. Meanwhile, swiftzeii is already done with his Seaside. Going to meet him in snow before Sign is even done. So definitely falling a bit more behind. swiftzeii in a really good position to try to close out the rest of this race. We'll kind of see how he can hold it together for like the next 25 to 30 minutes. I haven't really seen many major mistakes from him at all. Have you am I forgetting something, or has he just been on a pretty good run?
It's looked pretty solid throughout for swiftzeii. Yeah, no huge mistakes. He did have a little bit of spaghetti in Cloud Kingdom, missing that Bowser hat, but I mean that's really all I can think of. He's had a pretty clean run, and Sign unfortunately has taken a few deaths. However, it is not over. There is still a lot of stuff in this run that can go wrong. Coming up, Snowdram. That's one thing that can lead
at swiftzeii level, you know, the people at the very, very top, they're so consistent with everything because they have to be to get a 100, but Snowdram still extremely scary for anyone.
Yeah.
Anyone
sure.
human, I guess. So these people kind of make me question if they've got some robotic implants for Snowdram. But swiftzeii starting off his Snow Kingdom, but a little bit of trouble getting that moon on top of the crates. Now we'll see Sign give the Snowdram the...
Oh, interesting here. swiftzeii going to the shop first, which signals that he actually is not going to be going for Snowdram. And luckily,
he almost bought the life heart.
That would have been bad. Yeah, that would have been bad.
Oh my god, he probably would have actually had to do Snowdram in that case.
Sign.
So maybe swiftzeii knows he's actually ahead and will just kind of try to coast a little bit, not risk too much. Or
Sign has headed into Rango Room here, so luckily he did know his coin count. He didn't forget. So that's one thing that was kind of worrying me. If he would remember, or if he had known that he was low.
Come on, let's see what he's got. Big dive vault here. That looks actually a whole lot of height, and Sign's got it. So at least pulling that off gonna save a good amount of time of swiftzeii, who's not opting to go for the strat. Sign probably is feeling good about that snow. You know, he can maybe have a bit of confidence going into the rest of this run now.
Yeah, he did get the Snowdram. swiftzeii not going for the Snowdram, as it looks like. So yeah, that's a decent Sign will have over swiftzeii. And it looks like my dog is excited as well about this run.
So it's gonna be a trip to Luncheon Kingdom, the Big L. You know, we'll see if swiftzeii can hold it together, or if he'll make some more openings for Sign, where Sign all he has to do is kind of take the window that's kind of already unlocked and force it open, make it big enough to climb through.
All right, so Sign now heading into Seaside.
Yeah, probably gonna be pretty comfy, kind of like Lake. It's not the most difficult. There are some pretty nutty strats you can do, but you know, in the cheap you can't actually do much movement other than the normal swimming. Oh, a bomb to get into the pipe there, a bit miscalculation. swiftzeii going for that. Oh, I guess it's not really named for it, but just kind of that final like big jump to get the moon.
Yeah.
So both side rooms done for swiftzeii. Gonna be just a couple more left for him to get. Just one more actually. So would that be the Ringo room?
Yes, it will. Since he's not going Snowdram, opting instead to do the Rango room. Optimally, if he's able to do this Rango room optimally, I believe he'll only be losing 7 seconds over Sign. However,
we've had a few like slow movement.
Yeah.
Like, Sign with the rocket flower storage as well. Strat for strat with swiftzeii, one of the most recognizable pieces of movement because it is actually like one of the glitches that you do in this game, because there actually aren't like that many compared to a lot of ones, especially like classic games like Ocarina of Time, which is like all glitches. Mario's mostly movement, but that is one pretty recognizable for the viewers. Doing that spin pound to refresh that rock flower Sign, missing the moon, having to go back and swim a little bit. But yeah, eventually saving a little bit over swiftzeii potentially. Just gotta close out the rest of this kingdom with the cheap swimming through the waters and all that good stuff. Luncheon for swiftzeii.
Luncheon, okay. Yeah, this can be where a lot of stuff goes wrong.
Yeah, take it over. What do we have to worry about?
Okay. So first of all, there's a pretty tricky jump right at the beginning that you can bonk on, lose a bunch of time. Then there's the spirit. Then there's fork. Then there is the cheese blocks, which can be very finicky and weird. There's due to the RNG element.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that there is lava or a lava-like substance all over the level, which can obviously, I don't even have to say why that can be. So yeah, Luncheon, not the safest kingdom. Definitely a lot to worry about. Definitely a lot of runs have died here, and definitely a chance for Sign to catch up.
That was swiftzeii pulling out the first major. Well, he leaped over the first major hurdle, which was a salt pile triple jump. Getting up there for the first moon of the kingdom, battling Spirit. Not something that's too bad, but it is just kind of like probably the slowest part of Luncheon. If you kind of know what you're doing, probably mess it up. You don't want to take damage. That's about it.
There is just a little interesting piece of trivia. There is a theorized route for Luncheon that actually skips the Spirit fight altogether. However, it is a bit too slow to currently be in the run. And not only is it too slow, but it's also ridiculously hard, so there's absolutely no reason that anyone would go for it now. So
is this separate from Brunchin, or is it like, or are you referring to Brunchin?
No, Brunchin. Yeah, I'm referring to Brunchin.
Alright, so swiftzeii coming out of the side room. All he's got, bonk on the fork here. A bit kind of like in this like kind of city square part, as you might want to call it. Getting this moon on top of like the crystal rocks, and then he's gonna go through the town above the shop and kind of traversing the pretty big Luncheon Kingdom. It's got a lot of things to roll off of and jump onto. Very movement intensive. Opening that crate with the homing throw, popping out the moon.
Yeah, very clean from swiftzeii. Sign looking like he's having a pretty good Luncheon Kingdom as well. He did have a little bit of he fell into the lava and lost a little bit of time, but overall pretty clean from Sign.
Yeah, we have swiftzeii waiting for that kind of funny bonk into the stovetop. There's like 2 or 3 moons in the game where that's actually the optimal way to collect them. Here he goes, coming out to the kind of Podobo here. I'm going to jump on this moon, grab it on the cycle. You can kind of see the bubbles forming where it's going to come out. Actually, I guess he was a bit late to the cycle. Alright, Fork's room coming out.
So entering Fork's room, this can be a pretty scary part. You can fall at any time, so let's hope that he doesn't, of course.
played it a bit safe. They're not going for the direct jump into the moon. Also, like the beginning was a bit slower than like the end of the fastest strat, but got it through it very successfully. No mistakes to speak of, and he's kind of rolling along. I haven't seen any mistakes so far in this luncheon. So a bit of trouble with the photo movement here. Picking up that waterfall.
Luckily,
Lava fall.
yeah.
Epto fall.
Luckily, oh no!
What
It's
happened?
looking like he's actually. It looks like muscle memory might be taking over a bit here. Grabbing the turnip.
Oh, yeah, he's not gonna
Go for
work.
Oh no, it may work because he is on version 1.0.
Oh, he's on 1.0? Okay.
He's just not going for the tricks, so it's looking like muscle memory has taken over, and he is going for the turnip clip.
Did they just like? Did he just like agree not to beforehand, or is there like?
Yeah.
Wait,
Sign
is
had-
he now going
sign-
for the cheese? I don't know what's going on, swiftzeii.
Oh,
Make up your
It
mind.
looks like he's now remembered. That he cannot go for the turnip clip.
Was it actually
now
like
going
was
for
that
the
actually,
cheese
like,
block.
though? Is it like that actually like illegal? Dude, he's
Yeah,
on 1
yeah.
HP now in the hammer where that spiny is actually chasing him down. He's got to turn around and kill it. swiftzeii probably almost avoided disaster there.
Yeah.
Actually, probably would have
Sign.
put it side like right back in the running for this thing. He's already in force room though. Okay, that was a good
Wow.
backup. I was a bit scared. He's actually not as far behind as he once was, I would say.
Yeah, and definitely that little thing with the turnip there definitely allowed him a bigger chance to catch up.
Would anything happen if he did go for a turnip clip, or is it just like he would have kind of violated the gentleman's agreement there?
Yeah, he would have violated the rule set that we have in place. Since Sign is on version.
You can't actually go for the 1.0.
Yeah, if Sign. Yeah, because since Sign is on 1.2,
All right.
he would
Good
have.
that he remembered that.
Yeah, good. Yeah, very good that he remembered. It looks like his muscle memory just took over a bit there.
It's probably like once he's like got on the turnip clip, he's like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
hold on. Like that's when that I could like see it click like as he
Yeah, for sure.
as he did it.
It's an honest mistake for sure. Muscle memory definitely is something that plays a huge role in these runs. So it's easy to see how he would just kind of let it take over. But it's a good thing that he remembered.
I mean, Sign's already got that moon. He's probably like, what to say, like 2 moons behind now, or like he's pretty close. He's not that close, but he's made up a little bit of that lead, in snow and seaside.
Yeah.
And here at luncheon, he's at least on par with swiftzeii and not making those mistakes, getting the moon that you would get for the turnip clip, just the one in that kind of like cage. So finally done with luncheon, swiftzeii can move on to the final stages of the run. Ruined, kind of an auto scroller, and then you got the 2 Bowsers. Well,
Yeah.
people usually
you're
split
not-
it too. It's just Bowser's Kingdom, but like kind of people have like their mech split. But and then there's Moon. So about 15 minutes or so, 15 to 20 left to go in this run. It's getting down to the wire. Signs made up a bit of that deficit, but he needs a bit more. He needs swiftzeii to stumble. He needs him to slip up.
Yeah. Luckily, right after Ruined, Bowser Kingdom, where a lot can go wrong. Definitely a place where the lead can change once again. We'll have to see. There's a lot that can go wrong in Bowser's as well. Definitely these later kingdoms. There's a lot of spaghetti that can be spilled.
So let's see. Ruined is not going to be much of a thing to talk about here. Sign also going to be in Ruined. So just me watching a big dragon fight on both screens. In the meantime, like, if we kind of reflect on the run, both of them, I thought we were going to be off to like a pretty hot start. Sign off to a pretty good wooden, they both got that nut clip in the out of bounds movement. But then when it got time to get Spewer, he took that bonk, he fell, and then in Lost, it kind of went from bad to worse. You're taking 2 very unnecessary deaths at the very beginning, put him way behind swiftzeii, and had to make up that time in Metro, which didn't go that great. And
Yeah.
got Snow, Seaside, Luncheon. Actually did start to make up a bit of that lead, so now you can see him trying to close in for like the last quarter of the run or so. He's
Yeah.
been pretty far behind, but considering where he was, he's probably played better for like the MSSL portion, and at least with those deaths that he had, really unfortunate. He's had a good run otherwise.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
outside
really.
of 3 deaths.
Yeah, it just really goes to show that it's never over till it's over. Even with those 3 deaths, he's pretty close behind swiftzeii. So it's not over until the very end when you're shooting out the wire. So
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty interesting race, and I'm excited to see how it ends. Still about 15 minutes left or so, so by no means over.
Yeah, just was this the second phase first time or just the first one?
This is the first, I believe. I think
so
now he's entering the second phase.
After we'll get a pretty accurate comparison of where they are going into Bowser's, probably between 40 to a minute in terms of seconds. Sign, taking that intentional damage, one of the few things that you can do to speed up this game is you actually start on the Dragon Head.
Yeah.
But not much to worry about otherwise.
Yeah, there's not much that can go wrong in this kingdom. There's
Maybe
also
as,
not
a
much.
meme, I should treat the Dragon as this epic boss and get really hyped about it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Sign is being hit by the electric ring. He's on 2 HP. He's gonna. Well, actually, he's down to 1, so we could actually see what we have with the Spiny.
This can actually be a little bit scary.
The Spinies are out. He's gotta hit these onks and ground pound the freaking head crown thing. I don't know what to call it. There he goes. He's done. All right, we're done with the
Ruined. Yeah, the Ruined Dragon is actually a really cool boss.
I like it a lot. Just the aesthetic. They actually put the detail and designing this dragon to fit in the Mario universe.
Yeah,
and, the atmosphere. Both
in aesthetic and in actual boss mechanics. It's a really cool boss. Just unfortunately, if you speedrun the game, it's just not it's just not that. You kind of get used to it, and it just kind of becomes a little breather in the run as opposed to this grand epic boss battle.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping they actually would do a bit more with the dragon because he flies around and stuff. He's massive, right? But all you really fight is his head. There's a lot more dragon than you actually end up battling. But it is what it is. Bowser's on the way for swiftzeii. The Stairhead Ogre, as his name is apparently, according to Limcube. I learned things sometimes. This has a very stupid but descriptive name. It's Stairface Ogre is literally what it's called.
Alright. So, swiftzeii making his way through the Bowser Kingdom, and Sign just now entering Bowser's Kingdom. Like I mentioned before, Bowser can be very scary. There's a lot that can go wrong. First off, it's a vertical stage with nothing to fall onto, which means if you fall, it's an instant death. So even more punishing than Luncheon, where you just damage lava. There's actually insta-death all around. Not to mention the 2 brutal fights coming up, and of course the Mecha Brutal, which is probably the most infamous boss fight in this game, perhaps.
But swiftzeii having some trouble with shards here. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. He's still got to take care of this very tricky movement piece at the beginning of Bowser's.
Yeah.
Trying to get up for this 3rd shard on the roof. That's what he failed last time, but he's got on the 2nd attempt here. Using that homing throw to pick up these moves with a bit of optimization. That 4th one was especially good. It was so far away from it, but really getting with the homing throw, breaking the last box, so he recovers pretty well. Sounds like an electric toothbrush or something. I don't know. You get the dentist, he fires it
Oh god, don't remind me of the dentist.
Hey, it's good for you.
I know, but it's so scary. I hate the dentist.
Okay. I don't know, my dentist is kind of nice, but I definitely understand why, the most, annoying thing, I mean, let's hold on. Sign's got a pretty good charge. I just want to mention that because that is actually a pretty important part of the game.
Yeah.
But to on the tangent, the hardest thing is when they're trying to do the floss you're like with the toothpaste in your mouth, and like you can't swallow for like 10 minutes, and I'm like, please. Like,
Oh god.
I just like, I think I like salivate a bit like on my own. So like, by the time it's like a couple minutes down, like I just really want to swallow, but I can't because there's all this stuff in my mouth. So yeah, that's really like the part I'm not looking forward to. But overall, I don't really mind the dentist. Sign getting up to this third moon. Probably not the cleanest movement.
Yeah,
I have that Harry at first.
Yeah.
Squad. I actually see a lot of Harry at first. Not many people going for topper.
Yeah, interesting choice to go for Harry at first. I can't say that I agree with that decision. Let's see what. Oh no, Sign going Harry at first as well.
We need to get like the stat people on this and put like a tally for like every Harriet and topper first. No, it's probably got to be like 80% Harriet.
Yeah, unfortunately. I myself have always considered myself a pretty adamant member of the Topper First gang. So to see so many people going for Harriet first, kind of breaks my heart.
You heard it here, kids. If you want to play Odyssey, listen to Brisquat.
Yeah.
First gang. I actually don't have a preference, really. I actually don't even know which one I would do.
Yeah. There's no difference between whether or not
Maybe the
you
reason
want to go
people like
for
to do Harriet first is it's like if you're reading left to right, you're like, all right, you look into this new area and you kind of want to like sweep it from left to right as if you're reading.
Yeah.
So you start with Harriet and then you do topper. Or if you do topper first, maybe they think it's like backwards subconsciously, where it's like not really.
Yeah. Personally, I just like going topper first because I find it's easier to take damage on that fight, and you can grab the checkpoint flag to refill your health if you do take damage, which...
Oh, swiftzeii having a lot of trouble on these crates there!
Dude, that could have been disastrous.
I guess like the way they work, he gets pretty much like an unlimited amount of like cap throws, but still like...
Yeah.
Bit nerve-wracking. Hit by a spine.
Oh no.
You know,
Taking
these birds are also like kind of a bit aggressive. Trying to get through this part, which is not normally much of an issue. Right. Time for the birdie bird part. Just a couple like pecks in the wall. Pretty like tool out. They pretty much just grab them like right at the very tips of like what they can actually latch onto.
Yeah.
Full movement. But here we go. swiftzeii up onto mech. This is the biggest, or at least like the last massive time loss potential in the run. You know, escape is always like, yeah, you can make mistakes, but this is the big one. swiftzeii coming up onto the mech. Can he get a clean get up to start? Bop and Rango. No time for this weak boy.
Now going for this Goryuya strat here on topper, and he gets it.
Spin pound on point. swiftzeii can get back up on top for this kind of like the running phase. Star power legs. Not much.
Sign now entering the mech fight as well.
Yeah, you got to collect your thoughts here. Sign is actually not that far behind. I'm actually wanting to compare these times when they finish the mech if they both go well. swiftzeii here. All right, getting ready to hit topper, I guess.
Spewer, yeah.
Oh no! Yeah, sorry, Spewer. There he goes. swiftzeii a bit lucky.
Oh no!
Alive here.
Sign
falling off of the mech.
Sign taking a fall on mech.
swiftzeii having a bit of trouble with Harriet too, but the most important thing, he did not fall, and he will actually be in full force going into Moon. So the last major boss is defeated. You know, obviously you have to fight Bowser again, but it's nothing new. The mech is the big one, and he's got it done.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sign did take a fall. Oh no! swiftzeii actually getting the wrong direction on his spin pound. Not a huge deal.
So, you know, if all goes according to plan, we'll probably see swiftzeii taking the dub, but it is not over until it's over. You know, I hope you guys stick around either way. He's got to get through this last segment. A few things like Moon Skip, 2D Skip, and the Pillars. Kind of just want to see some closure here. Can he pull out a good time? You know, I don't know what pace he's on. Probably like 104 though.
Yeah, this is definitely looking like a good run.
Like if you play within a minute of your like regular PB on version 1.2 and you're 1.0 runner, like that's a really
Yeah,
good run.
probably looking like a 10. I want to say 105
Yeah, I
pace
think you're
for
right. Actually,
Swiftzeii,
it's gonna be a 105.
depending on how good his moon is. Because moon takes around 6 minutes or so, so maybe a 106. But
I thought Moon was like 520.
it is. But you know, in a race setting, it can.
Yeah, he's got to get
I
an
mean,
under 6 minute Moon to get a 105. Is
yeah,
what you're saying.
yeah.
All right,
Which
so
he can do. So yeah, it's looking like a 105, most likely, possibly a 106.
So Sign is probably going to be looking at a 106. So probably about a minute difference. We'll kind of see when he actually gets to the Moon Kingdom, but swiftzeii with a pretty commanding lead, all things considered. This was a good run for him. I think he can be pretty proud of it. We'll have to hear from him in the post-race interview, which you guys should stick around for. How he feels about this run, if there are any things that he could have like improved upon. Like, I didn't really catch anything.
Yeah,
Just like some shots he didn't do, like Snow Jam, some maybe minor mistakes, like he took quite a few bonks, but like
yeah, definitely a very solid run.
so
And
up for a moon skip. Getting that okay, I mean it's trouble with the wall jump, but he'll get it on the second try.
oh no! Oh no! Taking a fall.
Put his face
Luckily,
in the moon sand. A bit
luckily
of
he did
a
not fall.
fall of shame there, like not even diving toward the cap. Maybe he.
No! Taking another fall!
Okay, get it together, man. We don't have that much time. Sign is creeping up on you now. He's starting his Moon Kingdom here.
Up, indeed.
The cat, like the wedding, like church thing is in sight. swiftzeii, if he messes up again, like I don't know what we're gonna say here. He's playing it so safe now. I mean, I understand why, but like 3 moon skips to get up, man. This is not even like a done deal anymore. Sign is actually like kind of on his tail. If he gets the first try moon skip, it's not even over. Like a 2D skip would put him behind Sign, which is unthinkable. Like, you know, with those 3 deaths that he had, Hawkins like swiftzeii, like kind of like I don't want to say like throw. Obviously, he's not throwing, but like you know, he'd be kind of like throwing it away if he was gonna drop this one.
All right, so Sign getting a first try moon skip, making up a decent amount of time on swiftzeii.
Yeah, they're gonna be together in the Bowser fight now. You know, after falling off a mech, like this is crazy.
Yeah, you know, very, very interesting, considering the 3 deaths and the falling off of mech. Very solid run by Sign. Can still close out with a very good time, especially considering the mistakes that he made. And swiftzeii as well, having a very solid run. So yeah.
In the Bowser fight, not much to report here. Just kind of the same old, but a little bit of like extra flair, I suppose. Nintendo just wanted to make it feel more epic, but not really any new mechanics to worry about. Very easily avoidable flame. Kind of a bit of style jumps to just kind of just show off a little bit.
Oh no! swiftzeii missing that hat! Another chance for Sign to catch up. Looks like Sign is playing it a bit safer with these hat grabs, which is respectable. Wants to play it safe near the end of the run here. Wow, this just really goes to show what can happen. Just closing that gap even more.
Yeah, but he is onto the escape now, so still in the lead. Sign's got another phase to do, or does he have 2? Does he have 1 or 2 phases left?
It's only 1 phase left.
Okay, so actually, not even that crazy. swiftzeii needs to, you know, not muck around too much in pillars. Needs to get that 2D skip.
Oh no! Oh no! Sign messing up that hat grab.
So missing that opportunity, you know, that was kind of his like last window, I would say, unless swiftzeii can make another catastrophic mistake in the escape section. Coming up to that 2D section with Bowser, something that's very scary for a lot of these runners. You know, even at the highest level, you don't want to mess this up. swiftzeii, what has he got for 2D movement? Channeling his old school, not going for 2D skim. Maybe he was watching the restream, knows he's ahead. Actually, I saw him in the GSA chat, so like he's definitely aware that he is in the lead. So not even
like, looking like he's playing it safe.
Doesn't want to play it, you know, too slowly, but you know that'll do. Sign in the meantime is in the beginning sections of the escape. What can he do?
Looking like this is coming down to pillars.
Alright, entering the anime room, the last one in the any percent run. swiftzeii looking to get a 106, so like you said, he didn't actually put together a very good moon, so 106 it is.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, like I said, in a race setting, definitely lots of stuff that can go wrong, whether it's nerves at the end of the race or whatnot. And as we saw, he did mess up that moon skip quite a bit and also messed up one of the Bowser phases. Still a very solid run indeed. Like,
probably gonna finish about a minute apart here. swiftzeii getting that 106, like 20, 21.
This is very nice. Both in pillar room at the same time.
19. There he goes. Probably like new splits for like 1.2, so that wasn't like a real PB, even though it looks gold. I do kind of like that like gold final split color. It's pretty nice. It kind of goes with the aesthetic of like the Odyssey ending and all that, with all like the yellow falling blocks and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sign actually could get a high 106. Looks like that's what it's going to be. So not even a minute apart.
And
106.58. So about 40 seconds, all things considered. swiftzeii definitely made it a bit scary at the end with those failed moon skips. Like,
not even.
I started to worry.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
But not even a minute apart. These two runners, very close race.
Yeah, probably not the run either of them had hoped for. But, you know, swiftzeii, he got it done. He's going to go against a Rollmay in the next round. You know, definitely a big opportunity here. Rollmay, pretty good, but I think it could be a good matchup. swiftzeii actually seated above a Rollmay in this tournament. You know, winner would have to face the winner of, or the winner of that match would face the winner of Mozkrooks and Lil Aggie. So both of them very good, would probably be the favorite. But, you know, it's definitely feasible for swiftzeii. You probably need a better run than this, though. I'll see if either of them wants to get in for the interview in the Discord. Swift 106.19. $106.58. So there you have it, guys. I'll ask for the interviews, and if not, we'll kind of get over to that big match of today. It's kind of, this is like the undercard. This is the one you want to watch. It's Chaos versus swiftzeii. So don't go anywhere. Let's get these interviews. We're gonna get signed in for an interview. Let's see if he will join the call. All right, welcome swiftzeii. Congrats on the win, first of all.
So, thanks.
Yeah, I saw you saying in chat, like, would have been a 105 if not for those failed moon skips. I think there's actually a really good run for you. Probably like a minute off of your PB with all the 1.2 stuff exclusive. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you saying in chat, like.
Yeah, very solid run. Not a whole lot of mistakes. Obviously, Moon Kingdom, bit of spaghetti there, but overall, pretty solid run, especially considering the fact that you were doing no 1.0 tricks.
Yeah, I almost got disqualified, to be honest, in luncheon.
You
Yeah,
just
I was-
almost fixed
Yeah.
clip.
Yeah.
You removed it in the nick of time.
Yeah, I was, when doing tune-up clip, I was just like, something doesn't feel right, Oh wait,
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw you like say in the chat like, whoops guys, almost made a
Yeah.
mistake there.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, it's good that you realize. I could kind of see it in your head as you like put the pan bro down. And you're like, oh, wait a minute, you kind of clicked for you there. So it's all good. I probably lost you a good bit of time though. Actually, like we would have been like good lunch and otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a very exciting race. Not even a minute difference.
Yeah, it was a lot closer than I thought it would be.
Yeah. And with Sign taking 2 deaths in Lost and 1 in Wooded, definitely could have been a possible win for Sign.
It was actually really close through Wooded. You both got actually like a good nut clip and out of bounds section, which especially like outside like the very top level, it's cool to see like both runners actually get it first try. But then he actually died trying to get Spirit, so like kind of was all for nothing.
I saw how close we were during the beginning Kingdoms. I was just like, what the? I didn't expect it to be so close.
Yeah, it was a clean start for both of you.
Yeah.
Is there anything in particular that you are happy with or unhappy with, or something that you wish you would have practiced more before?
Well, yeah, I suppose so. Like, I wish that I practiced Snowdram more. Like, I got so inconsistent with it though that I got too nervous to do it in this race.
Yeah, I saw you skip out on Snowdram.
So in your next race, go ahead, Brisquat. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I was just gonna say that I saw him opting not to go for Snowdram, but still was able to pull out that win.
Yeah. So in your next race, we'll be going against Orolme, who is pretty even competition as well. You're 13th seed. Sign was 19th, but Orolme's wait, no, you're 11th. Orolme's 13th. But anyway, pretty close PBs. He did send Equan down to the losers bracket, which is kind of full of a lot of good names here. You got like Rhea, Equan, Lil Aggie even. So how do you feel about your run in the lower bracket? Do you think you can take this next game?
Man, I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Will
thank
you be
you.
playing a lot between now and then, or you just kind of see how it goes?
Yeah, I guess I'll just see how it goes.
All right. Fair enough.
All right. Well,
I think
thank
we
you.
can call it
Thank
there.
you for
Thanks
joining.
to Vi.gg as well, sponsoring. Once again, if you'd like to participate and you are of legal age and it's legal in the country where you live, type exclamation point bet. Engage in PvP betting with some other speedrun aficionados. Thanks for the commentary, Brisquat. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no problem. Lots of fun. Thank you again. GG on your win.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, let's
All
go.
right.
Oh, Sign just joined the call, dude. Sign says no interview for me. I mean, we'll probably make it pretty quick. I know you want to transition. I mean, I hope you guys all stick around for Sweet versus Chaos.
I'm definitely watching it.
A Sign.
Hi.
Commiserations, unfortunate loss. You're actually playing really well in the early game. How do you think the run was overall for you?
Yeah, I mean, the lost beginning was really bad.
Yeah, I
such
feel like
as the Wooded.
Yeah, I feel like that one Death and Wooded was the start of that little rut you were in the mid game, but you did start picking it up and ended with a very close.
Yeah,
ending.
from Snow to Ruined or Bowser's, it was not that bad. I mean, I was a half a minute faster than my PB in that phase. But then obviously Mecha choked it at the
Yeah.
end.
So yeah, unfortunately, Sign, you did not win, but still a very close race and very entertaining race. swiftzeii, you will be moving on. Thank you guys both for participating in the race, and thank you again. Thank you, Bedranus, for
Yep.
joining me in the commentary. And yeah, GG Swift.
Yeah.
GG.